Hey guys, Coach Dylan here. Just going to walk you through the new exercise we're going to be tracking through this strength training phase. If you didn't guess already, it is going to be the barbell hip thrust, one of the best exercises for working the glutes here. And as you get more comfortable and used to the movement, you'll definitely know you can put on a lot of weight on this exercise. So I'm going to walk you through it. Obviously, it's going to be a learning process for you guys if you've never done it before, but also for us because we've never really coached it in a group setting before. So a little bit of a learning curve for both of us, but I have pretty good faith we'll figure it out. All right, but setup. All right, so as you can see, I got the bench in a box behind it just to help so you don't tip the bench over. But when you guys set up, just like we always talk about when we do our hip thighs from either the box, the bench, try to set up right below your shoulder blades or right on that bench. So as you get set up, I'm here. Again, shoulder blades are on the bench here, and then I'm not pushing up or with my arms. I'm resting my back on the bench. All right, here, feet shoulder width apart. All right, you want to try to get it so your knees are relatively over the feet, so you're not so far out like that. You want to be closer in with the feet. That way when you come up from that hip thrust, you're about 90 degrees with the legs thereabouts, all right? So another key thing before I even set up with the bar, right, make sure you're pushing down into the bench and not pushing back into the bench, because otherwise if that wasn't there and I'm pushing back, it's gonna tip over and I'm gonna fall backwards. We don't want that. So really think, guys, when you get set up and you get that bar on your hips, think push down into the bench, not backwards, all right? But another point is that pelvic tilt or posterior pelvic tilt we talked about on the hip thighs. That's what I want you to focus on with the barbell as well. So I want you to think, keep your head facing forward as you go through that hip thrust, because if you don't, you're gonna use more of your back. And if I lean back, my head's facing up this at the ceiling, then I'm using my back as well as my hips to execute the movement, which is fine, but like when we're really trying to just target the glutes, I want to take your back as much as possible out of it. So keep the chin down, keep your head facing forward. Think move from your sternum, like the bottom of your cage, from the hips down, or the sternum down. So you want to be here, up, squeeze the glutes, you got that posterior pelvic tilt, and then control back down. So I'm not leaning back with my head, I'm just trying to drive my hips up and through, squeeze the glutes, control right back down. So that's the movement we want to execute here on this hip thrust, okay? So now with the barbell, I'm gonna roll it towards me, roll it over my body leg. You want to set it up right on the hips. I have some padding here to obviously help, because obviously that barbell doesn't feel comfortable right on your hips. So once I get that barbell set in a good position, want to make sure I'm nice and even, lined up, so I'm not crooked. And then from there, I'm going to get my feet, like I said, close to me, set up shoulder apart, toes pointing forward, and then I'm going to boost myself up. This is where you can use your arms. Up onto the bench, getting the shoulder blades up, grab that bar with those arms just to help keep it locked in and balanced. And then from there, I'm just coming up, squeezing the glutes, controlling right back down as low as I can, driving through the hips. And I promise you, after doing just a few reps, really driving those hips all the way up, squeezing those glutes, you're gonna feel the burn, all right? I'm not even using super heavy weights, and my glutes are already on fire, all right? And then when you're done, just gently set it down, just roll it out, and you're good to go, all right? So that's the barbell hip thrust. We'll be doing these next week for our strength tracking phase. So hopefully you look forward to trying a new exercise as much as we do coaching it.